Welcome aboard the sailboat Hotspot. We are starting with the panel. In this screen you'll see basic information about the boat, like the tanks, the batteries, and etc. Here you will find the main switches for the engine and consumer batteries. Underneath you will find the inverter. The inverter is used to make 230 volts electricity from 12 volts. It is used when you are not connected to the shore power, but it's very weak, so we recommend that you use it only for charging cell phones and laptops, and nothing more harder than that, like no fans or heaters of some sort, because it will blow all the fuses out. The socket for the inverter is only one, and you will find it on the right side. It's marked powered by inverter, only 400 watts. So this socket is only used for inverter. Every other socket on the boat is used for 230 volts electricity. These three do not have any use. Now we are going to the lighting section. Here are the boat lights: anchor light, navigational lights, running light, tricolor does not exist, deck light, and interior and cockpit lights. If you want any of these lights to work, you need to start them on the panel. Now we are turning them off. Underneath you have USB 12 volt sockets. Those are 12 volt sockets, like USB socket or a cigarette connection socket. You'll find them under the table here. These two. In the second row you will find the water pump and the shower sump pump. The water pump is used for the water pressure on the boat, so if you want to have running water on the boat, you need to start the water pump. And the shower pump is used when you are taking a shower in the toilet, so it can sump out all the water left behind by you. Open this door, and on the end you will find the water pressure pump. When you change the tanks or refill the water again in the tanks, you need to start the faucet in the kitchen and in the toilets, and without any tools, only with your bare hands, locate this screw on the end of the pump and simply turn it open to the left with your hands. You'll see water dripping out. After that you will notice that the water is running normally again. Simply, again, only with your hands, with your finger, close this screw, and you have successfully bleeded out the air from the water system, and water should function normally again. The water sump pump is used to take all of the water out from the toilet when you're taking a shower. After you take a shower, you simply, first you start it on the panel and simply press this button here, and it will sump out all the water from the shower. Your boat is equipped with a so-called black tank. That means you can choose where you want the waste to go. First, to choose where you want the waste to go, you need to locate this so-called epsilon valve. With this valve, you decide in which direction the water goes. Does it go into the waste tank or does it go directly into the sea? In this position now, when you follow these markings, you can see that the water is coming from the toilet and now here directly into the water, into the sea. And if you change this handle like this, now you don't see this marking anymore. Now you see that the water is coming, everything is coming from the toilet into the waste tank. And this is how you start operating the waste tank. After using the waste tank, you will have to empty the waste tank. To empty the waste tank, you do as follows. You need to come into the kitchen. On the left side of the kitchen, you will see a deck, a trap door on the floor. Open this trap door, and here you will find the valve of the waste tank. This valve is the only valve on the boat that needs to be closed all the time, except when you are using it. Now, when we were using the waste tank, we have to empty it and we will use it. First, come here and open this valve like this. The handle needs to follow the pipe. After you open it, you need to come back to the panel, start the waste pump, press it and hold it until you see that all of the waste is gone, or the pump changes its sound like this. After you pump out everything, come back to the valve and please close it. Please remember always to close this valve. Never should this valve be open unless you are using it. After you close the valve, you have successfully emptied out the waste tank. Now we are coming to the bilge pumps. This boat has 3 bilge pumps. This one is automatic. It should be turned on all of the time. Please do not turn off this bilge pump. This is automatic bilge pump. It has a mechanical floater. So, in case that something happens, in case of water coming inside of the boat, this pump will automatically start pumping out the water. If this pump for whatever reason stops functioning or malfunctions, you have the secondary manual pump. This one you have to press and hold until you hear this high-pitched sound. After you hear this sound, it means that it's working on dry. You need to stop, because if it works on dry for too long, it will burn out. You have a third waste pump located also outside of the boat in the cockpit. It's a mechanical waste pump. You have a lever when you manually pump out all of the leftover water from the boat. Underneath the waste pump, you have instruments and autopilot, anchor winch, and boat thruster. If you want any of these to work, this should be turned on always when you are in navigation. So you have functioning instruments, functioning anchor winch, and functioning boat thrusters. The anchor winch on your boat has his own fuse. If the anchor winch on the boat stops working for any reason, first thing you do is to check the fuse for the anchor winch. The fuse of the anchor winch is located in the right cabin room, in the stern of the boat when you enter the boat. To locate it, you need to go and look for it under the bed in front of you. You will find it directly here under the bed. You need to open this hatch as well. And here you will find the fuse for the anchor winch. It's automatic fuse, so if the anchor winch blows, only thing you have to do is put it back in this position and it will be working normally again. The boat thruster from your boat also has its own fuse. To locate the fuse of the boat thruster, you need to go into the forward master bedroom, and again you have to look under the bed to locate that fuse. Open the mattress, and here you will find the main fuse for the boat thruster. This. You will be equipped with a reserve fuse, and you can change it yourself using the tools provided on the boat. On the end of the panel on the right side you will find the AC 230 panel. This is the panel that's connected. This is the panel for the shore power electricity. Here you have the water heater, battery charger, air conditioning, and sockets 230. The sockets 230 are this one, and the sockets around every other socket except for this one, as we said, that's for only for the inverter. Your boat is also equipped with air conditioning. The command module for the air conditioning is located in the right corner of the living room. Here you'll see the side air conditioning controller. With this you start the air conditioning, with this you choose the temperature, and with this you choose the mode of the fan. Sometimes you will get an error message on this screen for the air conditioning, and the air conditioning will stop working. Most of the time it's due to air inside of the system. To bleed out the air from the system, do as follows. First, turn off over there. Wait for a few minutes so the complete system resets. After a few minutes, start it up again. As it's starting, you will need to come into the middle of the boat, between the sofa and the table. You will find a small hatch. Open this hatch, and here you will find the valve for bleeding out the air from the air conditioning system. As the air conditioning system is starting back up, open this valve, let out a bit of water, enough, close it, and when the air conditioning starts one more again, it should be working properly and normally. The main fuse of the 230 volts electricity is located in the left cabin on the stern side of the boat, and it's located in the end of the bed. You'll see a yellow marking signaling that this has electricity. Open the hatch, and on the right side you will see in this white box will be the main switch for the 230 volts electricity on your boat. Your boat is also equipped with its own gas system. The gas system has two valves. The main valve is connected outside in the cockpit directly on the bottle, and the secondary valve is connected under the stall. When you see this yellow marking, open it, and on the left side you will see the secondary valve for the gas. This one is used to force stop the connection of the gas between the bottle and the stove, and it's used in emergency situations or some sort of security. Our recommendation is that if you want to completely close the gas from the boat, you need to go outside in the cockpit and close the valve directly in the bottle. Because if you close it here, you did close it, but you still have gas left in the pipes, so you're not 100% safe. That is all. Thank you and goodbye.